What's up, everybody? This is part 2 of our horror movies episode. Thanks for listening to this one, too. I hope you enjoyed that first one.
Yeah. So this is the Higher Minds podcast because this is a separate episode. We should probably fucking say that too. I think.
Yeah, this is part. We did, right? I said that up top. This is part 2
Yeah, you said this is part 2, but you didn't say part 2 of what?
of the horror movie
The show.
Okay, this is part 2 of the horror movies Higher Minds podcast show. It's part 2. Yeah, you know what this is.
Well organized show already.
You guys know what's up.
So yeah, this is part 2. If you haven't listened to part 1, go back, check that one out, or else you ain't gonna have any idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Well, I mean, we're talking about horror movies. You can listen to this one, right? No, listen to the first one.
Listen to both of them.
Listen to the first
Listen to the first one first.
Twice.
Second one second.
On
Kind of why they're numbered like that.
on every single platform. You'll learn about that here at the end of this episode.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, here comes the music.
Chick from Twilight and Panic Room with all the birds.
Oh,
The house movie. What the fuck was that one? Seems like they go down in the cellar one time and like the dirt floor is liquidy and they just fall into it.
Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds like a couple of different movies.
That's what I thought The Haunting in Connecticut was. So I was completely wrong on that one.
I think it has Last House on the Left. No, that's not it.
No. They're out on a farm. It's like a corn farm or some shit, if I remember right. What the hell is that girl's name? That actress'
Kristen
name?
Stewart?
The Messengers. That's what that was.
I don't think I saw that. Oh, yeah, I did.
It was actually decent.
No, I don't think I saw that.
So what's the next category? Gore.
So I only have 2 for gore. And one isn't better than the other, in my opinion.
Okay. Why don't I go first?
Okay.
Because I have 3. Final Destination, the franchise.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad. That has the first one has the chick from Heroes. You ever watch Heroes?
No. Not really. I know of it. I don't think I've ever
It
seen it.
was X-Men before X-Men was a movie. It's pretty good.
You say so. I'm over the superhero thing.
Oh, I'm not. Still love it. Except for that third season. The third season sucked.
Final Destination has some of the fucking most creative kill scenes in it.
It does. Yeah, it really does. It's like they took 1,000 Ways to Die.
Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Rube Goldberg meets 1,000 Ways to Die. That's perfect.
By the way, I want to personally apologize to Henry Zabrowski about Heroes, the 4th season, because it sucked and that was the only season he was in. But he was very good. Henry Zabrowski.
Who?
Yeah, you podcaster is somebody you should know. He's a comedian actor. He also hosts Last Podcast on the Left. He was also was a character in Heroes.
So it's his fault that it tanked?
Could have been. I don't think so. He's very good. I'm a fan of his, but
it was doing well up until he joined it.
Yeah, like. Yeah. I mean, the two can't be extricated. So, sorry, dude.
Look, way to ruin the show.
What else you like in gore?
Next up, I have the Saw franchise.
That's what I have too. That's my number 2.
Some good shit. I just watched Jigsaw the other night. Have you seen that one yet? The newest one?
I haven't seen that one, no.
It's good shit. I got burned down on the Saw movies. Like, 4 or 5 through 25 or whatever the fuck they're up to now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Coworker said about Jigsaw, and I'm like, I'll give it a shot. What's a fucking 2 hours of my life? And it was surprisingly decent.
All right. I think it's on HBO or something. I'll check it out. It's on something.
I think it's on Prime right now too.
Okay. Jigsaw, the character, died, right? Like back in.
Bum bum bum.
Ooh, okay. All right. I don't know.
That's literally.
So, but he was supposed to have been like
the Jigsaw movie. So.
Oh, okay. But I mean, he supposedly died in like Saw 3 or something, right?
One of them.
Saw 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my favorite, or my second favorite. Saw was, I don't know why I said that. James Wan directed it, and it came out in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you said that already.
The haunted house I was working for when I met Doug Bradley got hooked up with preview tickets to that movie, so I could see that movie like a month before it came out too.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Doug Bradley?
The Pinhead.
Oh.
From Hellraiser.
Yeah.
That we were just talking about
Really?
5 minutes ago.
I'm a stoner, dude. This is a stoner show. What do you expect? At least we're not saying what were we just saying anymore. Like the first 10 episodes, what were we saying?
We have a list this time.
Yeah. Yeah, we're much better at organizing our thoughts.
And my number one, we go back to the Hellraiser franchise. That is some good old bloody shit right there.
It is. It is.
The first one where he's like coming back to life and he's a skinless muscle man thing. That's some fucking good makeup.
You love skinless muscle men, don't you?
Yes. When I say take it off, I mean take it all off.
That's not bad. My favorite was Hostel, directed by Eli Roth, who also directed The Green Inferno, and he is also known as the Bear Jew.
I forgot he was the Bear Jew.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a shit movie.
Oh, fuck you. That was a great movie. Any movie that's, killing Nazis is awesome. Which we'll get to in a little bit.
I like the scene in Hostel where he cuts the chick's Achilles and sets her free.
That was a dude, right? I was actually...
Was it a guy? I thought it was a woman that
I don't know.
The Achilles on.
A person who once had an Achilles. He cut it. He cut it.
Mm-hmm.
He cut it.
And then he set him free. You can walk out of here. You can leave.
That's pretty cruel. That's dark shit.
That's good shit.
So, best kills.
Best kills line up a lot with the gore ones on my list at least.
That's why I was right there, right next to it.
Yeah. One that doesn't overlap though is the 2006 Hills Have Eyes. You seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one. I meant to.
There's a scene where they pretty much crucify and set the father on fire in front of his family. That's one of my favorite kills in any horror movie for some reason.
Ooh.
It's fucking brutal. Meanwhile, while the dad is being burned to death, the daughter's getting raped in the RV. So it's a double whammy on that one.
Yeah.
Kind of a fucked up rape scene too.
Rape scenes always make me uncomfortable. I can't watch them. Like I always have to look away. I hate that situation. Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't important to the story, I wouldn't assume they'd put it in there. So.
Oh no! I'm not saying I avoid that incident, rape as an incident in a story to use it in their plot or as a way to destroy a character. However it's used. I'm not saying it's not good in movies. Just I have a problem watching it. Like while it's playing, like I'll watch the movie, I'll look away, listen to it, and then Look back.
Like little kid style when there's boobs on TV and you're watching a movie with your parents.
I'm trying to make a fucked up joke about that. No, me and my parents love to watch boobs together. Yeah. It's one of the things that we used to do on Sunday nights.
You get together and
watch British commercials.
Geographic and watch.
Yeah.
Fucking shitty B horror movies that just throw boobs in for the sake of boobs.
Yeah, our problem was pierced nipples. That was the line. We didn't like that. But that wasn't too much of that in the 80s.
There's a shitty old horror movie. I want to say it's like Last House by the Park or some shit like that. That has a fucking graphic rape scene at the beginning of it. That it's a decent shitty horror movie, but like it fucking makes you uncomfortable.
I think I know what you're talking about, and I think you're talking about She Spits on Your Grave.
No, it's not I Spit on Your Grave. It's
I
want to say it's like Last House by the Park or some shit like that.
Really? Okay.
It's a shitty like late 70s, early 80s B movie that I have on a box set of like 50 shitty horror movies or some shit like that. Yeah, it is a graphic rape scene, and it's uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah. What's your second favorite kill? Only two for this too.
I don't know if I have any specific other kills. I threw the Saw franchise and the Final Destination franchise in that category as well.
All right. I mean, I'll just go through mine then.
There's a Final Destination one where a plate glass gets dropped on a guy, and I rewound and rewatched that one like 3 times the first time I saw it.
In the theater. It was really difficult to do.
Hey, back it up.
Sit down. You sit down.
So what do you got on best kills?
So, my second favorite is from The Lost Boys. When the scene where they first turn into vampires and are first discovered by What's-His-Nuts, and they attack that... No, he hasn't discovered they're vampires yet, but they attack that biker gang out by the bonfire, and there's this one part where I think it's... Bill from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He bites a bald guy on the head like he's opening up an orange peel. You remember that scene? He like bites it, like rips off his skin, like peels it back.
That's always just stuck remember with me. Another good kill. Dawn of the Dead, the remake, like the 2000 something remake.
Oh, I forgot about that. I love that movie.
When they get over to the gun shop across the mall, and they open up the thing, and the gun guy's a zombie, and they blow his head off. That is a fucking good squib.
I know the exact scene that you're talking about. I don't remember that action though. I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's one that I've gone back and watched in like slow-mo and shit too.
You know what? So he names 2 celebrities. It's Jay Leno and Trump dislikes her. What's her name?
They named Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, Rosie O'Donnell.
Joke that it's too easy.
Yeah, I rewound that to look for those people.
I think there's Burt Reynolds in that too.
Burt Reynolds was the other one. Yeah, that guy actually looked like Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Did you have a number one? Did we get to your number one?
We haven't, and I do. Do we get to your number one?
Well, what is it?
Tales from the Hood. You ever seen that?
I haven't seen that in forever.
So, yeah, I was looking through a list of 100 best movies, and it's like in the 90s.
Really?
Yeah. So, there is the story of that... I haven't seen it in so long either, but it's a white guy. I think he's a governor or business owner or something. He buys a plantation, and what ends up happening is all of the like slave ghosts come and possess little slave puppets, and they all come and they kill him. Do you remember that one?
It's been a long time since I've seen that one. I don't remember that movie at all.
No. Yeah, it was good.
I know I've seen it. That one and Leprechaun in the Hood. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I never saw that. I remember that it existed.
It was terrible.
Oh, by the way,
I think the very first Leprechaun was one of the first Jennifer Aniston movies too.
It was, yeah. Leprechaun was her first movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Tales from the Hood, by the way, is directed by Rusty Cundiff and was released in 98. 95, sorry, 95.
Yeah, it had probably had to be late 90s when I saw it.
Yeah.
Maybe early 2000s.
Doesn't seem like it'd be that recent, but then again, 2000 isn't really recent anymore, is it? Man, I'm old.
Really. It's almost 20 years ago.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, remakes.
Yeah. I have 4.
I've already talked about... Me too.
Okay.
And I've already talked about 2 of them.
I have 2.
Dawn of the Dead we were just talking about.
Yep, that's very good. That's a very good one. I forgot about that one.
The 04 remake. The first one was good. The second one, the remake, was way better.
Why don't you go through all yours real quick?
Number 3 was The Hills Have Eyes, the 2006 remake.
Okay.
Number 2 was The Thing, 1982, the John Carpenter's Thing.
I never saw that.
You've never seen The Thing?
I've seen the original. I never saw a remake. Like the black and white one.
Probably only. Okay, you've seen the black and white one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 1982 was the John Carpenter Thing, which was way better. And then they redid it again in like 2010, give or take, and it was fucking terrible.
Oh. Yeah, I never saw that.
The John Carpenter one is the one with all the fucking really good special effects, like puppetry and makeup and everything. And then like the 2010 one, it's all CGI and terrible. Like CGI never looks as good as the real shit.
Especially the early stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then my number 1 remake is Night of the Living Dead, the 1990 remake with Tony Todd.
I know I've seen it. It's like with Day of the Dead and stuff, right?
It came after Day of the Dead.
The one from the late 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they redid Night of the Living Dead in 1990.
I thought they did like all the it's a 4-book series or something, right?
I don't think they're
like Night.
yeah, it's a 4-part.
Night, Dawn.
There's Night, Day, Dawn, and Land.
Yeah. I thought they remade all 4 of them at the same time, late 80s. No.
Not that I'm aware of. Because they redid Day of the Dead basically turned into Land of the Dead. It's kind of a loose remake.
That's yeah.
And then they did Dawn of the Dead. Both those came out early 2000s.
Okay.
It was kind of a resurgence. Then they put out like Diary of the Dead or some shit like that too, which sucked. But yeah, the remake Night of the Living Dead, Barbara isn't a worthless sack of shit anymore. Turns into a badass. Like the black and white original Night of the Living Dead, Barbara is fucking worthless the entire movie.
Yeah.
In the 1990 remake, she turns into a badass.
I'm pretty sure I saw that. One of them, they live in an underground base, right? And they're experimenting on them?
The underground base one is Day of the Dead.
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Okay, then I don't know if I've seen it.
It's a good one.
I should look it up.
I couldn't find it to fucking stream anywhere. I have it on VHS.
I couldn't borrow that. I take it and I just look at it. I have nothing to play that on.
I'm probably one of the very few people that has a VCR plugged into a 4K TV.
Wonder how does that look?
It's not great.
Does it look like the beginning?
It really shows how bad VHS is.
Does it look like the beginning of that Friday the 13th game? You know how that's all 80s looking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... You didn't realize that VHS were terrible when they were on the old school CRT TVs?
Yeah.
Because the TVs were terrible, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a 4K, it does not look good.
So, in descending order, I'll just go through mine real quick. I have Ghost Ship, Mark Robson, from 1943, remade by Steve Beck in 2002. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The kill scene at the beginning of that was awesome.
The wire.
That cable that snaps across.
Yeah. That's, I don't know
that
why
was fucking intense.
That, you know, that's one of my favorite kills too.
Throw that up on the best kills.
Yeah,
too.
that's up there. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The original was Tobe Hooper from 1974. The remake was by Marcus Nispel in 2003.
I met Gunnar Hansen once too. The guy that played the original Leatherface.
What's that?
He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he just died, right?
He died a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. R.I.P. Gunnar Hansen. Number 2 is 13 Ghosts. The first one by William Castle from 1960. The second one by Steve Beck in 2001. But what's really good about the remake, in my opinion, is the backstories of the 12 ghosts, which you can only see in the.
I don't think I ever saw the original one of those.
Like the black and white.
I think I've only ever seen the remake. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's out of all of the remakes, that is the best remake of all those. That series, you know, the one with Vincent Price and stuff. The original still had Vincent Price in it, which is pretty awesome. But I think I like the remake better than the original in this case. But you can see the special features for the backstories of the ghosts on YouTube now. And then the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, original Wes Craven from '84, and the second was Sam Bayer in 2010. I really like the reimagining of it. It's not really a reimagining; it's just a retelling, and they added like the actual pedophilia in the second one, which makes you hate Freddy more. Because
it was written out of the original one. It was originally in there, and they removed it.
Yeah.
For the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right, because sensibilities back then were a lot more conservative.
Is it still the same guy playing Freddy?
No, Jackie Earle Haley, the guy who plays. Well, he was one of the bad guys in the new RoboCop. He played Rorschach in The Watchmen.
Okay.
He's the one that plays Freddy. Really small, tiny guy, giant voice. He sounds like this. Yeah. Actually, he sounds better than that. But he goes, yeah. He's got a good voice.
So they've recast Freddy and Pinhead now. There's been several people who played Jason and Michael Myers. I don't know if there's any original.
The new Pinhead looks like the original, though.
From that era?
Like.
No, he looks like garbage.
Oh, I thought he looked pretty similar.
I'm biased, though, so.
Yeah. So, yeah. Those are my favorite. What's your favorite series?
See, and I don't watch a whole lot of TV, so The Twilight Zone.
Oh, that's not bad.
I guess.
Yeah.
I also had It, the original Tim Curry It. Because technically that was a miniseries.
I guess it was, wasn't it? Yeah. So,
what did you have?
I'll go real quick in descending order. The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. I thought that was really good.
I had no idea they made a show out of it.
No, this is a different.
Because I liked the movie.
It's a different story. It's not. The house is called Hill House. It's not House on Haunted Hill. Is that what you're thinking?
Right.
It's a different.
No, there are two different.
Yeah.
There's House on Haunted Hill, and then there's Hill House. Was its own thing.
Yeah. It's on Netflix.
It was its own movie though too.
Oh, was it?
Uh-huh.
I had no idea. Well, then maybe it is. Maybe they did make a series out of it. But the series is really good.
Okay.
Dark Shadows is my number 2. They turned that into a movie. So they did it in the 60s.
A terrible movie.
They did it in the 60s. They did it in the 80s. The 80s series was a lot better. It has the it's the same guy who plays Salieri from Mozart. Do you remember that? Him?
Nope.
He also plays the double agent in Last Action Hero. Schwarzenegger.
Okay, I've seen The Last Action Hero. It's been a long time though.
So he died a few, I don't know, 5-10 years ago or something like that. But yeah, so he plays the vampire in that. And then my favorite horror series is American Horror Story, season 1, Murder House. It's very good.
Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I had to really dig for those two.
Most influential.
So
I have 1.
Most influential. I actually have 5 for this one.
Okay.
I overachieved and you underachieved.
Go ahead.
My number 5 is Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah. Lots of Hitchcock in general.
Kind of the first slasher film. Yeah. Yeah. So Psycho's kind of the first slasher film.
There's only one murder in that movie.
It was the first film to show a flushing toilet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So
that's great. That every story needs a flushing toilet.
Mm-hmm. Next up, I have Night of the Living Dead, the 1968, the OG one. That's pretty much what every zombie film since then has been.
That's my most influential.
That's set the standard for zombie films.
And I want to add to that one, and that why I picked it as the most influential. Militaries around the world plan disaster reaction based on a zombie apocalypse. I mean, that's become such mainstream and such a part of the worldwide conscious that, which is why I think that it's one of the most influential movies pretty much ever.
Yeah. Romero always had a social commentary with his zombie films too.
I never really picked up on that.
That one was, yeah. Each Night of the Living Dead, Land of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, or Day of the Dead rather, not Land of the Dead. They each had their own sort of social commentary on what was going on at the time too. Next up, I have Dracula, 1931. That's the one that kicked off the whole Universal era of horror. That was the very first of that.
Dracula with Bela Lugosi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was... There were... Universal done a few before then. Like, the Lon Chaney ones with the Phantom and the Hunchback and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But 1931 Dracula was the first one that kicked off that generation.
That'd be considered the golden age of movies, right? Of cinema.
I would say so, probably. I don't know if it's officially the golden age
of cinema, not horror. I don't think we've gotten to a golden age of horror yet.
Yeah, I'd say probably the 30s would be the.
No, there's some great horror, but I don't think we've gotten to. We can do better.
I don't know. Oh, monsters! How didn't I fucking throw Godzilla on the monsters thing?
I have a hard time calling that horror.
The original one was.
Still have a hard time calling that horror.
The original, whatever it was, 56, I think it was. That was definitely a monster movie. After that, they got
monster, sure, but not horror monster, sci-fi monster. Like even less so than so. I have it later on, but even less so than Alien and Predator. I think Alien and Predator are more horror than Godzilla, even the original.
Alien for sure. Predator, you could throw it as a horror movie or an action movie, but Alien.
So the only reason I included Predator in Alien is just because it's been conflated in. Yeah. So that's the only reason. I wouldn't consider Predator a horror movie, other than it's now with Alien.
But like we were saying earlier with the Pinhead guy, or not Pinhead, Pumpkinhead, those were all 3 designed by the same dude. So, in some twisted universe, they might all 3 take place in the same universe. We could have Alien versus Predator versus Pumpkinhead.
Who'd win?
I'd watch that.
Who would win?
If it takes place in space, Pumpkinhead.
You think?
Because the only way to kill Pumpkinhead is to kill the person that conjured Pumpkinhead.
Oh. Good call. If it's entirely in space, but Predator, super smart. As we said in the last episode, they're aliens. Yeah, they're aliens.
Predator keeps getting his ass kicked by humans, though.
if he is able
How
to get
good
to
of a
Earth,
predator is he?
he is necessarily genius level, at least according to humans. So if they're that's much smarter than humans, they can absolutely figure out how to kill the originator of Pumpkinhead. But yes, you're right. They keep on getting
But he
killed.
couldn't kill an entire. Well, he killed most of a platoon, I guess. He couldn't kill Arnold. He couldn't kill Danny Glover in the second one.
He couldn't kill.
And I say he. They're different individuals. They're different predators in each of these.
Yes,
movies,
yeah.
So. But yeah. Predators have a history of not doing well against humans.
Well, and then did you see the newest one, The Predator?
I haven't seen that one.
Really? It's good. It's actually, I mean, as Predator movies go, it's pretty good. But there's this new hybrid Predator that's better than all the other Predators, bigger, stronger, faster, smarter than all the other Predators, and it gets killed by the humans.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, Predator has a tough time kicking humans.
I think that says more about the destructive power of humans than it does the hunting prowess of the Predator.
I think we need to figure out how to take over their spaceships, and then we become.
We're already the Predators.
Because we can kill better than them. We're just not so good at that whole space strategy.
Not yet. We'll get there. We'll get there, and then we'll annihilate every other species. America! Fuck yeah!
So up next, I have Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Okay. Yeah.
The original vampire movie, basically.
The very first.
It's an unauthorized adaptation of Dracula, and they got in trouble for making it and had to destroy most.
Oh, I did that.
So, yeah, it's kind of that's how the original soundtrack got completely lost. But they did end up finding a film of it. So we have the original picture, just not the original audio. And number one, I'm going to butcher this because it's French. Le Manoir du Diable, The Devil's Castle, 1896. It is the original horror movie.
What's it about?
It's about a haunted.
Did you say 1896? Was it moving? Obviously. Was it sounded?
Okay. No, it's a silent film. They played with some special effects and camera tricks and everything to like make shit appear. And like it's not very long. You can find clips of it on YouTube and everything. It's kind of interesting to see that that's Genesis as far as horror movies are concerned.
I've never even heard of it. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for the tip.
Mm-hmm. Halfway decent. So last one is a genre that you just added yesterday. So why don't you go?
So this is the mixed genre, as in horror plus something else.
So like horror comedies or action horror movies or whatever.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I'm going to change a little bit what I have. But you guys don't know that because you don't know what I'm going to say. Anyway, so for number 3, this is going to be where I edit. There's 2. One is the Reanimator. It's horror and sci-fi. Mm-hmm. You seen that? Mm-hmm. Stuart Gordon did it in 1985. It's based on a serial novelette by H.P. Lovecraft. I did not know that.
Neither did I.
H.P. Lovecraft is the person who wrote the Necronomicon and came up with Cthulhu, for those who don't know. And then also Tucker and Dale versus Evil. You ever seen that?
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
it has
it's horror comedy.
Wash from Firefly in it.
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. And then I forget the other guy's name, but he's good comedian too. But yeah, I think it's funnier than it is scarier for sure. But it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's a campy teen slasher movie.
Yeah, that one is pretty good.
What about you?
So my number 3 is Young Frankenstein.
Oh, not bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one actually follows the Frankenstein story relatively decently, too. Like, for being a comedy horror, it actually follows the story decently.
Yeah. You're right, it does.
Mm-hmm. Next up, I have Dead Snow. You ever see that one?
I think... Was that in the train?
No, that one. I think you're thinking of Snowpiercer.
That is what I'm thinking of. Dead Snow. What is that? Tell me about that one.
Dead Snow. I think it's an original film, if I remember right. But it's zombie Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, it's bad and good. There's a
Zombie
sequel
Nazis
to it too, where the Red Army is now zombies fighting the Nazis that are also zombies.
That's funny.
It's
Zombie
terrible,
World War II.
Yeah.
So my second is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I thought you were done. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, my second is I was saying before, Alien and Predator. Ridley Scott in 1979 and John McTiernan in 1987, respectively. But yeah, those are now the same fucking storyline, so that's why I put them together. But the original horror,
they're now in the same universe.
Yeah, the original Alien with Sigourney Weaver, though, just brilliant. Even today, by today's cinematic standards, just a genius movie.
I had just seen a thing not long ago when they were designing the xenomorph, the alien, that it originally had a humanoid face to it, and they decided that smoothing it out like that and not giving it eyes or any distinguishing features made it much creepier because you don't understand how it works.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that was like kind of a, I don't know if it was how last minute it was, but I think they had a version of it built with a humanoid type face on it.
Yeah. Although, I don't know, can you imagine like a contorted baby face on the front of Alien?
Well, I guess in canon it still has like a humanish skull underneath that smoothed off face of it that it has.
So there's the skull, and then what's that big, like, that long ridge type thing?
I don't know what that is. But yeah,
Plating?
Originally, instead of being smoothed out on the front of it, like it's almost like a lens now.
Yeah.
That's what it always reminded me of, like a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, that's.
I would not giving it eyes or a nose or anything, facial features at all, other than a mouth, really does sit funny with your brain. You don't understand how it works.
Yeah, I mean, and it's terrifying. And if I saw one coming at me, I would poop my pants for that too.
Somewhat related note. Do you know how they did the Predator's blood?
No.
How it's that green glowy shit?
And it's acidic?
Is
super acidic? Corrosive?
The juice from glow sticks mixed with like KY jelly.
Yeah.
That's how they got the color.
Now I see it.
Of the Predator blood.
Glow sticks. You ever toss a used glow stick in the fire?
No. I imagine that would just pop.
And it reglows. It excites the molecules in it, and so it glows again and makes your fire cool looking.
Because I've seen people who put them in the microwave, and it doesn't end well.
No, don't do that. That's a different thing.
But no, I've never thrown them in a fire.
I mean,
either.
It does pop, but like since you're outside, it's fine.
Just molten glowy shit flying everywhere.
I've never seen it actually like explode, like because of the air pressure.
In the microwave, they fucking explode.
Yeah, that's a different like system though. But like just like on a campfire. Hold on a second.
It like for Darby to smoke.
We'll probably keep that in there. So, but like in a campfire, yeah, like the plastic does expand and open, but it doesn't like it's not violent. And then the stuff inside glows. It's cool looking. Try it. So my favorite mix genre. Are we there yet?
Go for it.
My favorite mix genre is Overlord by Julius Avery. Came out in 2018. You've seen that. You saw it with me.
That was a good one. Yeah. I watched it with you one night.
And
that one was a good one.
Killing Nazis, as long as it's government sanctioned, you should always choose to.
Similar to the Dead Snow premise with zombie Nazis.
Yeah. So it reminded me of Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Which actually I was just playing. I was actually watching Overlord while playing Wolfenstein. It's kind of it pumps you up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty fucking good movie. Seems like I was baked as shit when we watched it too.
Have you not been baked to shit ever when we were hanging out?
Not typically.
No, it's usually always constant smoking.
So my number one mixed genre is Fido.
Oh, that's a good one. Fido? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it is.
That's with John Cleese, right?
If you say so. I have no idea who the fuck's in it.
John Cleese was an actor in Monty Python. He plays Fido, I believe.
Monty Python, so I would not know that.
What?
Yeah, Fido.
Turn in your nerd
2006. Oh. There are 3 British people who matter. Jeremy Clarkson, James May, Richard Hammond.
And everybody from Monty Python. Watch it.
Nope.
You need to watch it. You can't not watch it. Like, I'm surprised you've survived this long. For your safety and your life, watch Monty Python. Life of Brian and Holy Grail. You got to.
They're not funny. I don't get them. Not my thing.
Monty Python.
Why is your camera so bouncy?
Because I just smacked my phone. Or was it just my thing? And it
Fido is like 1950s Leave It to Beaver mixed with zombies, and it's amazing.
And a weird, and that guy with the girlfriend zombie.
Yeah.
That I think that made the movie, but it's just weird. Oh my god, it was a brilliant addition.
Yeah, definitely go watch Fido if you've never seen it before.
Yeah,
quality entertainment.
And you know what? It's slightly pornographic if you're a necrophiliac.
I wouldn't say pornographic, but
softcore.
Yeah, there's a hint of necrophiliism in there.
Oh man. Oh, who plays him? I forget his name. He looks like Steve Buscemi, but it's not him.
Why didn't they cast Steve Buscemi in that? God damn it.
That he would have been perfect.
That would have been amazing.
That'd have been really good. Can you imagine? As a zombie.
I mean, really, just about everything could be better with Steve Buscemi.
Except for any porn. Like, that would suck. Like, I wouldn't.
I would watch that purely out of curiosity.
I would not. That sounds horrible. Sorry, Mr. Buscemi. Yeah, no.
What if he's packing a fucking sledgehammer down there?
That doesn't. Nope. Nope. It would be ruined by his face. Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
Steve Buscemi and Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh. Oh, I thought you were talking about a Buscemi Gottfried porn.
No, but I'd watch that one too.
That feels so good. Put it in there. Huh? Oh, God. Gobble it down. I know.
Is that your fucking...
That's spot on, Gilbert Gottfried. You think that he's in the room with me.
That was awful.
And my kids could hear all that too, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, harder.
Father of the year.
Stop it.
What's Dad doing out there? Oh, he's fucking that parrot.
Oh. Jafar, not there. No, Jafar. Now we're talking about parrot rape. Very good. Anyway. Jafar? What was Dad talking about?
Did you watch that Starleaf movie that I sent you?
No, you did. You told me today, right? Was that yesterday? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been busy. I haven't been that busy. No, but I didn't watch. No, was it on Prime?
It's on Prime and.
Oh, that's right. That was today.
That was yesterday.
Okay. No, I didn't watch it. I haven't. I'll have to do the other one, but
well, Starleaf is really fucking good. So whenever you get a chance.
So what's your favorite overall?
Let's see. Tubi is the free app that it's on. I sent you that text at 11:40 yesterday,
which is when I got it this morning. Wait, 11:40 a.m.
11:40 a.m.
No, then I don't know. I don't know. Okay, no, I haven't seen it.
So yeah, Starleaf is on Prime or Tubi, and I think that's a horror movie that every stoner should watch.
It doesn't sound like a horror movie. It doesn't sound like a horror movie.
Starleaf?
Yeah, Starleaf does not sound like a horror movie.
It is, kind of ish.
Okay.
I would throw it in the mixed genre one, or sci-fi maybe.
So is that your overall favorite?
No, that's just the one that I've watched recently that I recommend.
What is your overall favorite?
Overall favorite? I might circle back to the Hellraiser franchise again.
You do bring them up a lot when, well, more often than others when you're talking about it.
Yeah, I do like that franchise. Specifically, like the first 3. So
I couldn't narrow it down, and so I took a survey and reached out to a few of our listeners to ask what their favorite were, and so they told me, and I want to tell you now what they said.
So you're plagiarizing our listeners' work.
I am. They're doing their work for me.
Okay. Making sure we're clear on that.
Okay, listeners. Every single one of them will hear this because, well, they're the listeners. Just so you know. That's fucking stupid. I'm going to cut that last line out. Anyway, so this survey says, Katie says, hi, Katie, how are you? Her favorite is the Silence of the Lambs. Chance, he says that his favorite horror movie is Wrong Turn. Crystal, hey Crystal, how are you? Crystal is weird. She doesn't like scary movies. But she loves ghost hunts.
How fucking confused can you get?
Yeah, that's confusing, right? I told her. I asked her if it'd be okay if I mentioned this, and she said, "Yeah, go ahead." But it's weird.
Good, because I'm already shitting on her without her permission. So.
Jennifer says that she likes 13 Ghosts. You remember Best Buds 76, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They like The Exorcist.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know how that didn't come up on your list.
Right.
That's like horror movie gold.
Right. And so's Poltergeist. But we did mention Poltergeist earlier, at least in passing.
Did we?
Yeah. Poltergeist is pretty influential too. And it killed all the little girls, like in real life. So, Miss Mindhunter. She's one of our listeners and a follower on Instagram. You should check her out. Anyway, she has a bunch of different, she posts a bunch of cool stuff. She's like horror stuff. It's pretty cool. She posts some interesting pictures. Anyway.
Are you calling listeners whores now?
Yeah, that's why I enunciated horror. Anyway, so her favorites are The Shining, Psycho, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So they answered for me.
So she has the best taste out of our listeners.
I think that all of our listeners' tastes are beautiful and wonderful, and everything about them are pretty and shiny.
Except for that one person.
Crystal's awesome.
But we're not going to specify which one.
Like I just didn't. Yep.
Fuck that one up.
Crystal's lovely. Anyway.
So you don't have a favorite?
I've like all of them. Everything we've said.
Kind of a cop-out.
Everything we fucking said. I really like.
Which one have you watched the most times then?
Probably 13 Ghosts. No, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what I've seen the most. For sure.
Nightmare? The original one? The Johnny Depp one?
That and the remake.
Yeah. The new one, whatever that was, 18,
but like
17,
the first story. Like, so the remake is like Nightmare on Elm Street 1, the original movie. They were going to do it too, but for some reason they didn't.
Wait, they literally just remade the original one?
I mean, it's not shot for shot.
Like, it wasn't like a reboot?
It was...
Same character names
yes.
and everything, though?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
It's really good. I think they did what they wanted to do in the original one in the remake. And I think it enhances it. And the sound, like, the sound quality in it is so good. There's just one scene where this girl is sitting in class and everything like it's a regular, classroom setting, and then everything poofs around her into ash, and the bass drop right there and the poof sound is just exquisite. It's very cool.
I didn't know they remade it, so I might have to check this out, see if I can find it when we get done.
And he looks more like more true, like a true burn victim rather than a mask. Like there's holes in his face and shit. Right.
What the fuck is his name?
Jackie Earle Haley.
That actor.
Robert Englund?
Yeah, Robert Englund. He's in the Wishmaster movie too.
Oh yeah, he's the collector.
He's the museum curator guy.
Curator, yeah. That's right. His assistant gets killed at the beginning.
He shows up in a lot of cameos in other horror movies, actually.
Yeah, he does. The problem is his face is so unique that he can't do anything other than Freddy Krueger convincingly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been doing it for so long that everybody just knows who he is.
Yeah,
even when he's not in makeup.
Yeah, he kind of looked like Rene Auberjonois.
In a semi-related point, Doug Bradley, Pinhead.
Yeah.
When he showed up for the rap party. Huh?
Who?
Doug Bradley.
Who's
Pinhead. That? Hellraiser.
I'm kidding.
If I could slap you, I would.
There.
He showed up for the rap party out of makeup, and everybody just ignored him and whatever. And finally somebody walked up and he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm the fucking star." But nobody had seen him out of makeup, so nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Nice. That's awesome. That would be awesome.
To just show up to the rap party as like the main character in the movie and have nobody recognize you.
That'd be pretty cool. But then, I mean,
he's
if
credited as a makeup artist on like 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Like, because
he'd been in and out of the makeup so many times he just started doing it himself.
Is that one of those like 8-hour jobs?
Probably.
Like Worf?
I had watched something with him. I guess he used to do a lot of like stage acting shit where they'd wear masks or whatever. So he never found like the makeup annoying or uncomfortable like a lot of the other dudes that do that shit do.
I hear it's super claustrophobic.
I would think so. His, at least, it wasn't huge. Like, it didn't add a lot of weight to his head.
Well, it's makeup and then just, what, plates with nails in the
Yeah, I assume it's probably latex prosthetics with all that, the nails and everything in it.
Yeah. It seems like it could be light.
I would think so.
I bet they're aluminum. That's probably even plastic nails, right?
They could even be foam or something.
I don't know. Like for filmmaking, I would think the foam would probably be a little flimsy.
Maybe, yeah.
Like it'd be easy to break.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
A lot of the shit in that one was real. Like
the original, the 70.
Uh-huh. I guess it was cheaper to import real bones from like India or whatever than it was to buy fake ones. So a lot of the skeleton shit in that movie is real human skeletons.
Wow. Yeah, so that'd be crazy if like they used Ed Gein's mask. Because he made that skin mask.
I don't know if he actually had a mask. I knew he had a belt made out of nipples.
I thought he had a whole suit.
He might have.
I thought he did.
But I distinctly remember hearing about he had a belt made out of nipples.
Yeah. I've seen that,
Seems
actually.
like I remember he had lampshades made out of human flesh, too.
Well, that was a Nazi thing.
Seems like I remember seeing that one.
Maybe it was him, too, but I know the Nazis did that. Yeah, they had Jew lamps and shoes and belts and stuff.
Huh. I wonder if Jew leather is softer than, like, cow leather or whatever.
It's so I think, and I used to work at a leather shop, and I think it's softer than cow leather, but it's very similar to pigskin. Like they have the same consistency.
Human skin is very similar to pigskin.
Yeah. So, but lambskin is softer than human skin.
Mm-hmm.
We never skinned any humans for the jackets, though, so I don't really know for sure. Not that I know of.
I'm just thinking about a human leather football now.
A human leather
So you
what?
can throw around the
A
human
football?
skin instead of the pigskin.
It's what the ancient Aztecs used to do, right?
I think they used the whole damn thing.
Ah, that's where football came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. I think they bumped it with their hips somehow.
I've heard that too. I think it was hips, feet. I think it was everything but hands.
Is that what it was?
Maybe.
I don't know. If you're an ancient Aztec and you know the answer to this, email us.
Well, if you're an ancient Aztec, figure out how to email. Well, if you're an ancient Aztec, first start with electricity, and then learn how to type, and then email us.
Yeah. HighMindsPodcast@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Where else can they get a hold of us?
You can find us on Facebook.
We're on Facebook.
The Instagrams.
A couple of them.
We're on Twitter, but we don't use it, so don't bother.
Not yet. Maybe we'll get there eventually.
You can find us at HigherMindsPodcast.com.
HigherMindsPodcast.com.
And where can they listen to us?
They can listen to us on YouTube. On SoundCloud. They can listen to us on Stitcher. And guess what, Scott?
What?
We are almost. We're not there. We're not quite there yet. Well, you know what? Let me check. But we are almost on iTunes. We got our RSS feed working, right? We got it submitted, and it is, well, just they're considering the submission. I'm looking at the status right now, and it says to sign in. Hold on. All right, so it's submitted for review. It's submitted for review, and hopefully it'll be up within. Hopefully you can listen to this episode on iTunes. Newly.
But how will they know that they could listen to this episode on iTunes?
Because they'll listen to it on SoundCloud or Stitcher or YouTube or HigherMindsPodcast.com.
I could have
listened to it on iTunes. Yeah. But they can. They can listen to it twice. There's no law against that. Did you know that?
Just to make sure it sounds the same on iTunes as it does on SoundCloud or Stitcher or YouTube, whatever.
Quality control.
Just to make sure it's the same show.
It's important. Yes.
We might upload different shit to different platforms. You don't know unless you listen to them.
And it's going to be a different platform each time, so you have to listen to every single one. Every single time.
That's how you get them. That's how you get the listens to go up.
And Russian bots, they need to listen to. And Chinese bots now.
Why are they always Russian?
Because they got places to go. Oh! Da, 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 da. That was a great joke.
What was the song?
It's some Russian song. They dance really low. Yeah. I think it was Jewish. I think it was a Jewish song.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was a Jewish song.
But it was, yeah. It was in celebration of that great joke.
Russian Jews.
There are Russian Jews. Yeah.
That was for them.
Yes, our large base of Russian Jew listeners.
All 2 of you.
Yes.
That might be generous.
Yes. Anyway. Sorry that you've been subjected to this. So anyway, yeah, this has been Higher Minds Podcast. I'm Papa Darby.
It has. And I'm Scott.
Deuces. Oh, wait, no, what's the music now? I don't know. I forget. I was going to...